Kicking for three with Cam and Charlie.
All right, hey, stop!
Steps back, 2 over, take a deep breath.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Kicking for Three. We're here on week 2, 2025 season. Pretty big week for us. It was pretty good for the most part. A couple bad things did happen, a few nail biters, but let's get into it. Jordan, Cowboys, how you feeling?
Still, I think to me the biggest thing that everyone's bringing up, the defense is non-existent. To me, it's like so apparent now that Micah is a huge loss. Bland has an injury. It just, to me, it's not looking good, especially if this team gets more injured and we're going second string, third string guys.
Yep.
And if these are the starters and they look this bad, like that was the thing. It made Russell Wilson literally look like he was 25. He looked incredible out there.
Almost 500 yards. That was disgusting.
It was to me the fun part of the game though. It was an entertaining game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kept you on your toes. I know it was a little bit slow I remember in the second quarter, but it really picked up in the third, and then the fourth was just like
Slaughter on both sides.
You're biting off all your nails. But yeah, I think that to me they got it. To me, the offense looks great, and that's great to see because we have an expensive offense. We've won the most expensive QB. Is that still? He's still the most paid QB, right?
As of I know, if didn't Joe Burrow pass him?
I think, but at the was for a time the most paid QB, and it's like the offense is looking good, but I don't know. I think and this is New York. To me, New York is not. There's some exciting things about Neighbors looks great. I know I have on fantasy, so there's stuff like that. But my thing was I still have Neighbors on fantasy, and my fear is that this is just gonna be a fluke. They're playing a really good defense. Like we'll get into the Green Bay game or something like that.
Right.
Where they just seem like they're clobbering these people, and they just So kind of happy, kind of sad.
Were you happy about the signing right after that game though, Javarius Clowney?
Oh yeah. I didn't actually know his sign.
Yeah, I said that to you. So yeah, the Cowboys got I guess that won't fill the void that Micah Parsons.
Okay, now I remember. I'm not familiar with the name.
Yeah, so that guy, he's gonna fill it, but no one can fill it the way Micah Parsons did. He completely changed the Green Bay's defense. Look, they're a top defense in the league now. Now we're going to the Steelers. They should have easily won that game. That was a bad game. Seahawks, 2:00. It wasn't Rodgers' fault. It's that biggest defense pay grade in the league, and back-to-back games starting off the year letting over 30 points.
Yeah,
that's unacceptable. That's disgusting. And then we had a rookie kick return that I don't even think is even ready for the NFL. Had that awful kick return. Didn't even know what he was doing. He should have ran back and got that ball, but he just gave up on the play. And then as soon as that happened, that was just the dagger in the heart. That's when you knew the game was over. But biggest takeaway I find, TJ Watt's not doing shit yet this year. You don't even hear his name. Cam Hayward looks gassed every play. You got Deshaun Elliott.
He's 37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Deshaun Elliott being out for multiple weeks and stuff. It's just, they got New England next week. That should be.
Where are you sitting at that? Because I think New England.
It's gonna be closer than I think, which is disgusting. But yeah, Rodgers. I find DK Metcalf has 4 drops so far this year already. That's awful.
Get used to it.
George Pickens, I find he's not really filling that void either. And then we also got fumble after fumble too, and then people just dropped see that scramble Rodgers did the Pat Fryer move for 65 yards, and it just bounced off his hands and didn't catch it. It made people got mad online because people were still posting how good of a throw that was, and everyone's so we're posting incomplete passes now and stuff, but. Overall, honestly, like I said, biggest pay grade in the league on defense, and you're letting up over 30 points. It's just unacceptable.
Where do you think they? Because I'd say for the past, at least the 2020s, Steelers have always had at least a top 5 defense.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
I would say, especially just because they have JJ Watt.
And for the most part, last year they did have the best defense, but then they just fell apart.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway too from this game, which really pissed me off, you signed this Hall of Fame game-changing quarterback, and you're on the 50-yard line, 4th and inches, and you don't go for it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. That just shows the unresilient, and you actually don't trust your own offense. Which, who else could you have to do that?
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Tomlin's coaching, I find he basically, like, we gave that game away. Seattle didn't even look that good. Sam Darnold had 2 picks. Like,
yeah.
But for the most part, like, the craziest from last week, though, I'm kind of backtracking a bit, but that's just that Russell Wilson stat line. I could not believe that. I had the triple look at that. It was crazy.
It was crazy, but to me, like, you're like the Jets. I think they're still like. I always find it's really hard to get a reading on the Jets. To me, unless they're like when they get really bad at the. But I find at the start of the season, you don't know if this is going to be a season where they finally make playoffs or they're actually really. So to me, I'm still like, the fact that you guys lost to the Seahawks, who to me aren't a top team, but they're still a good team.
Yeah.
I would say,
They just got to get that defense. If that defense wakes up, I think they're okay. But, like, the best player on the Steelers year so far, I said this last year too, is Chris Boswell, their kicker, which I find absolutely hilarious.
Wasn't he for a time your best, like the most offensive player on the team?
Yeah, he's had the most points. Which is,
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
that shouldn't happen.
Like, we're laughing at it now, but we really shouldn't have been happening. So now we're going to try and kind of transition into the fantasy side of things. Jordan, how you feeling with the old fantasy?
I'm going to... I think I'm going to... I'm similar to Chiefs right now, I'd say. That, it's a shitty start, but you never know where the season will go. I just was bad. I have Joe Burrow, RIP. There was a video I saw that I kind of like actually... Because I didn't really know what turf foot. Do you know what it is? Turf
Not
foot?
really, no.
It actually sounds super painful. But I guess it's also kind of this big argument that's been going on for years about players hating artificial turf.
Yeah.
Because I actually think they've shown, like, the universities have done studies, and it shows it's, like, way more injury prone than, like, natural gas.
The turf monster gets you.
Yeah, because there's no, like, give, really, to it, where grass does kind of have that softness to it. But essentially, it's like that your foot kind of gets locked into the turf, and basically all your body weight, and plus whoever could be on top of you, is going right to your big toe.
Ooh.
So it's like super, super painful. I just I couldn't even imagine the pain, especially with 400. You have like probably like 600 pounds maybe on top of you.
Yeah, easily,
like,
100%.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know how you'd. But do you think kind of maybe with Burrow that it's kind of like that these injuries, this could, like, I know the Andrew Luck comparisons, but
yeah, like I've seen a lot. This is getting a lot of ground, especially this week after he's been out for 3 months. But basically the same thing. Like, you get your generational quarterback, but you can't build a fortress around him. And
I don't know why they're not doing
and that kills a quarterback's confidence. That kills the quarterback's momentum. It even loses the trust in the team themselves.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like, I think Cincinnati shot themselves in the foot with re-signing both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I think they should have kept Chase. I think they should have let Higgins walk and used that money for their offensive lineman. Because that is looking 100%. Terrible. It's looking like it's awful. Like,
you have Chase. Like, Chase is such a good, like, it's to me the top.
And they have Chase Brown at running back too, so you can hit him easily many times too. Yeah. It kind of looking like the Bengals sold their soul for that Super Bowl appearance in 21, and it's just been They keep getting worse and worse since that. Like, people are always saying that they got to get to that big game, AFC Championship against Mahomes and that, but they're not even making playoffs, and their starting quarterback is down. Yeah. So, could you see maybe Joe Burrow retiring early like him?
I would hate it, but
the way it's going.
But, like, I feel like, why doesn't he just say, like, it's either, like, you either protect me as a QB or I
demand trade.
Yeah, because, like, to me, if he goes somewhere else where they have a lot better of an offensive line, I've always wanted to see him in Dallas. I think he'd be great in Dallas. Mm-hmm. But I really don't see that happening. But I'm actually in one of my franchise modes. I did like a trade for Dak and some picks.
You're obsessed with that one.
Because I love to me just Burrow. To me, he looks good in a Cowboys jersey. To me, it just makes sense. Like, it's a gunslinging thing. Although I do like Dak and everything like that, but I just have trust issues with Dak. But also they're kind of similar in terms of injuries. But
100%, yeah.
I don't. It would really suck to see like an Andrew Luck kind of situation where you didn't get to see the best of him. He didn't get to get a trophy. Didn't get to go to a Super Bowl though. Because
I remember what Andrew Luck always says. He was sick of that cycle.
Yeah.
Injured, pain, like rehab, then just keep doing it over and over again. Because at the end of the day, it's really not worth it. Like, to keep doing that over and over again. Like, picture even like for your family and stuff too, always seeing you in pain and out of like It's just I find they really got to clean that up, and that's
someone
sooner than a lot of people think too.
That's like someone get addicted to like pain pills and shit like that.
Yep.
Because that's what you're like suffering. I always think I was kind of thinking
example of that is Carey Price in the NHL.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, but it like I was kind of thinking about that too with Burrow, like just like how like going to the hospital sucks. Like you were in the hospital like a few months ago, right?
Yeah, in middle of July there for appendix, but that's nothing. That's a very common surgery too.
But just to me, I find the feeling of being in the hospital, or like you have to go visit someone in the hospital. It's like never. There's like a lot of I don't know what type of like hot. They're probably like the best in the country, but like I just imagine like that would just really suck if that's just like part of the job where it's like how much time in surgery, which also are dangerous. People die from surgery.
There's setbacks. I've seen a few times with surgeries didn't go 100%. They're out more months. You can even see that with Burrow because his is at least 3 months.
Yeah, and if he's coming back,
that's December. That's near the end of the year. Like Bengals are not making playoffs.
Who's it? Didn't they had a backup play a lot last year? I thought, didn't they?
Yeah, his name's it starts with B as well, and it looks like he actually kind of keeps up with them a bit. Yeah, I'm not worried about Chase. I mean, not Chase Brown, Jamar Chase in fantasy. I'm not too worried about him. He's still gonna get the ball. Mm-hmm. So on my side with the fantasy, I am now 2-0. Yes, greatness is sitting beside you. I know. Okay. Easy domination win again. Thank you. Easy. Josh Allen wins me. I find that's the best pickup that anyone could have picked. Mm-hmm. He's unreal. Hope he plays tonight too.
Yeah, he is.
So Josh Allen, obviously league winner. Kenneth Walker, as much as I hate to say it, he had a pretty decent game against the Steelers, so got me around 20 points. Bucky Irvin really showed up on Monday night. Tight end, I mean, they never really do as much. Hawkinson, he's been really underperforming for me, but that's not really slowing me down. Cardinals defense, 12 points, pretty good. And Boswell, also pretty good. We do have each other this week coming up on fantasy, so that's going to be quite the exciting. I think you are what? Let me do the math here.
I'm like what placement?
No, what you're? I think I'm 8-1 against you all time in fantasy.
Okay, where the hell? Where the fuck? That came right out of your ass. 8-1. 8-1. Okay. 8-1. There's no evidence to that, but you just make claims.
I mean, I think you could go back in the league, but that's hilarious.
I think we also did one with I would say I'd say we're always closer to like 50%.
Maybe.
Like we go for because I find it's always switched like who will win. To me, what's sucking this year because like last week I had the third amount of points in the league, but I lost to the guy who got the second amount of points. I think you won the week with most points.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just really sucks because I could like put Mayo in. That was just one of those times in fantasy that's just like gut wrenching. I think I was telling you like fuck football. Like I just was so pissed because it just like as soon as
I think fantasy fucking sucks.
Do you wish that it probably would suck, but like if there was a mulligan, like you had one time a year where you could switch out an injured player for like a guy who hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
It probably would be bad though. I feel like it would be
I find people would abuse that power for sure.
But if you just had it like one, it was like a mulligan. It was like once a year you get this like switch player off the bench kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They probably could do some settings or some shit about that, but I'm playing another weird fantasy league where we have 2 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers. It's really weird. Only 8 people are in it though.
3 wide receivers. I like receivers, so I don't mind that, but 2 QBs I like just one.
It's so weird. It's very random. But back to kind of more of what happened in the week. What are your thoughts? I was watching this Monday night and I really noticed this. CJ Stroud has not been elite since his rookie year. Yeah. And I don't think it's fully his fault because it's kind of the same thing as Burrow, plus the Houston offense themselves. They can't run the ball.
Yeah.
And his O-line is the exact same as Cincinnati. He gets blown up and killed almost every single play. I just find Houston has like some of these top guys, but they could just never get on the same page. I think Collins is easily top 5 in the league. I thought coming in, CJ Stroud was definitely top 10, but I really think he's out of there now. Like, I know it's kind of like not much to really say about it, but I'm just like, it's really, I find we could probably talk into it more into the year if it does get less and less, but it's definitely interesting to keep watching. But Baker Mayfield, I love watching Baker Mayfield play. Did you see that where what's his name? I forget the defender player on Houston, but he was like standing over him after he got that injury, and then adrenaline kicked in. He just completely popped back up. He was like grabbing his ankle and everything, which was funny. Then he started chirping him. He stood right back up. So definitely the adrenaline kicked in.
But Mayfield just like this kind of like he's a douchebag, but I feel like I really didn't like him when he was on the Browns.
No, not many people did.
Well, like it just there's kind of like even though I don't like the Buccaneers, but there's something cathartic about just how douchey.
I kind of find this may be kind of a hot take, but you may agree with this. But Baker Mayfield reminds me of successful Johnny Manziel. Do you see that at all, or?
Yeah, but I think but part of Johnny Manziel was how much of a train wreck. Like,
yes.
I find Mayfield. I think he's more probably more wise and like mature. Because, I don't know, I found Johnny Manziel's kind of one of, just for how much, like, it was so weird, just the amount of, like, off the bat, basically, how much attention he got.
Oh, I know.
When he got the name Johnny Football, like, it just, like, took off from there. And he was like an AT&T, Texas Tech QB.
Yeah.
And he was a really good, and he was winning player of the week and shit like that, but, like, it still just it was kind of a phenomenon. Like, you don't really, there's been a few, like, would you say Trevor Lawrence might be like that last, like, QB from college that got a lot of, like, attention and kind of buzz. Because there's Cam
Burrow did for sure as well.
Yeah.
But, Shador Saunders was quite a bit this year.
Yeah, but I think that was more, but that's not really.
That's just having his last game, though, too.
True.
So. But, like, Travis Hunter, I wouldn't say he's not a quarterback by any means.
Yeah,
but
he definitely got a lot of hype.
Yeah, but did you see, he's actually doing the dual threat this year, which I'm surprised. A lot of people, he proved me wrong. I thought it could not be done in the NFL, but he actually has both numbers along. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but, like, I think his cornerback stats, I think he, like, has a lot of, like, a bunch of good, like, tip balls and all this. Like, he's definitely getting the work in, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just, I've never seen anyone in the NFL do that.
We'll see how it's sustainable. Like,
yes, that too.
I feel like it's going to be similar to maybe Sheho Ohtani.
Oh, yeah, Ohtani.
But his is, I think, a little bit, it's a little more unique because that, like, doesn't really exist anymore, where it's, like, a top pitcher is also like a top hitter, but
right.
I just feel like maybe he does it and he can put up with it, but I'm saying when that divorce comes, he's paying out half his shit to this to this girl that scammed about all his money.
Oh.
Then he might just be a receiver, or he might just go corner, but. Because I know it just seems both of those positions take so much, like,
it's at such an elite level, yeah.
Yeah,
in the football.
I think you really need those rats. Like, let's see, maybe later in the season, altitude when you're playing more weather games.
Yep, it get colder. Yep, 100%.
He did play in Colorado, which is, I know the Herd, you hate him, but I thought he did always kind of have like I don't know if he came up with it, but like kind of a litmus test for like how good a QB will be throughout the year is if they play down in California or they play in like the South, basically where you have like almost basically spring and weather and summer conditions all year.
Yeah. Versus
when you're playing in
Green Bay, Pittsburgh, even like Cleveland,
Michigan.
Yep.
Like these places, they just have like, especially when we get into like October, November, there's gonna be like a bitter snap in the weather, and that's when I think a lot of stuff changes in football.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I find it really shows the deeper teams. Like, I love that. Like, I know I'm really backtracking last year. I don't know if you would even remember this, but do you remember when the Rams and Eagles played each other and it started to snow and the Rams were winning, but the Eagles came back and won it after it started snowing? But everyone always said if it didn't snow, the Rams would have won that game because Philly's they probably practice in snow and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, so that was also cool.
What going on the Eagles? You want to talk about the Super Bowl rematch?
Yeah, that was.
What do you think?
Pretty one-sided for the most part. Like, Travis Kelce had another eventful game. Attaboy, yelling at his offensive lineman again. Wake the fuck up. I'm so sick of this. What are you sick of? You tipping the ball to the defender?
For the cost a touchdown.
For the interception. Like, he's having quite the year for him so far. But when you look at it, though, it's not really Mahomes' fault. He's still playing well. Their defense is Swiss cheese right now. You can do whatever you want, basically, against the Chiefs' defense. They have a few people that we actually are.
Chris Jones?
Yeah, they still got Chris Jones. Yeah, they do have a few people that are suspended, and we are going to get to that very, very soon.
Yes,
but
yes.
I find the Eagles I find the tush push is bullshit. They are.
You want it gone?
What?
You want it gone? Banned?
That's a tough question, but Eagles are doing it wrong. The refs need to crack down on this. Every single one of their offensive linemen are on a false start every single time they snap. They always push in before Jalen Hurts even snaps the ball. It's on film. People see it all the time. And the center always pushes the ball back before they snap it. It's supposed to be in front of him. He'll put it between his legs or already kind of behind him. So it's basically the free fucking play right there. Not banned. Could you tweak it? Maybe. But then say if you do like some stupid rule that you can't do it pass if you get into the opponent's zone. You can't do that. That'd just be weird.
Yeah.
So it's either you ban it or keep it, I bet, but I find it would be a lot worse banning it than keeping it, for sure.
But do you, like, one thing I think because a lot of people are going on, but, like, the Eagles seem to have such, like, a boring offense, but it works.
Yeah, it's they're not really that fun
risky
to watch.
No.
It's like run, screen pass, or like run, Hurts will scramble. Like, it's very, very boring. Could you, like, look at A.J. Brown this year? He's been a ghost.
Yeah.
He's not been doing a thing. Same as Devontae Smith. Like, it's just, I find A.J. Brown's prime years are done for him, for sure.
Yeah, he's in his 30s, right?
Yeah, like, his primes were definitely with the Titans. And not Titans, who was he? Yeah, it was Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans. So, yeah, like it was honestly was a pretty boring game. You just knew it was going to be over, but... Kind of going back to pregame, we saw a few Chiefs players wearing free 4 shirts. Freedom of what? Exactly. High-speed chase in Dallas. Fucking critically injured 2 people with a family as well. Yep. Oh, he's so nice. He knows he fucked up so bad. He fled the scene. Good for him. Such a good guy. I'm kidding, by the way. He's a piece of shit, and I find 30 days in jail was no more than enough. He should have been legit suspended. And I just find it funny, say if you get caught gambling or something in the NFL, you basically get suspended for a year. Yeah. You almost kill a family and you get suspended 6 games. I think that's just favoritisms to them. Oh, yeah. And it just makes the Chiefs look awful trying to say free him. Free him from what?
It's similar to like a few years ago with the Henry Ruggs situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that could have easily been that. Like I especially with like driving and stuff like that. It does. I think a lot of times people's driving behavior shows like it's like if you're like a psychopath or not. Yeah. I think a lot of these people that have these expensive cars, they think they're bulletproof. Like who's that Jack Doherty kid?
Yep.
Where he's like the first thing he does is he crashes his Mercedes or whatever Lambo bullshit. I have a small dick model. He just like films it. Like it's just like there's no empathy. And it's like car crashes cause I think it's like 50,000 deaths in America every year.
Which is nuts.
And it's just like that's so. It's like in a lot of ways, I think a lot of those situations could be avoidable because it's drunk driving. It's idiots like that, and I think it's just like abhorrent to be like, are you guys supposed to be like for families and for like upholding, good values? And now you're saying this guy who is a piece of shit, and to me is he doing community service? Like to me,
probably not.
You have to do fucking something to like, I think kind of, what's the word? Not reimburse yourself to society, but like. Pay your debts back to society, like and it is bullshit. Like who's the guy? Was it not Devontae Adams, DJ Hopkins, who smoked weed and he got banned for a year?
Oh yeah,
or something like that. Like
I don't get it. Like it's Pacheco is number 4, but like he. Like I can't believe how they're just using it like that, and they're just like they're acting like the NFL like suspended him over something he didn't even do, but there's legit video evidence in him fleeing the scene of doing it. I find it's honestly pathetic, and it makes the Chiefs look worse than they already are, especially with that big fat goose egg in their win column, which I love.
Do you think they'll turn around though?
Yeah, probably they will. They're definitely going to squeeze in the playoffs. The NFL needs them in playoffs. But I even saw I love this meme. Did you see that whole bullshit where Taylor Swift put up that black curtain or whatever to walk to the stadium? Everyone thought that she was so embarrassed because they were 0-2. They had to put a curtain up so she didn't want to be seen.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just the Chiefs are just not what they used to be, and it's really starting to show. Like it's really funny, but again, like, what were your thoughts on the Packers this week? They look pretty dominant.
Yeah, I thought that I Commanders too. Like they're kind of having a shaky start. You know,
Yep.
they were all over Daniels that game.
Daniels
like,
can do a thing.
Daniels is like he's such an exciting QB to watch, especially when he's scrambling, making these crazy plays. He's a really strong arm, and it was like insane how like dominant Green Bay was. I kind of found it, to me, it was a tad bit of a boring game. You know, defensive games can be exciting. I'm more if you're like care about the team. For me, it was just kind of like, I'm not really.
When you watch like two teams like that, you're kind of expecting a shootout, and you kind of want to enjoy that. Which I see what you mean, but yeah, like I can't believe like I know this kind of hurt you a bit, but I can't believe how one guy changed the defense so much.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. They're definitely top defense in the league right now. Even his presence is like I would say right now that he's the best edge rusher in the league. Way better than this guy right now.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he is. This guy's not existent
Eddie's
right now.
how much younger than him too?
A few years at least, like
Yeah.
easily. But like I said, it's gonna be really interesting who's gonna stop those Packers.
And this is gonna be I'm gonna bring up more of a controversial topic to this week. Because I think Green Bay was part of one of the teams. There were 7 teams that didn't do the moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. And to me, I'm going to give my opinion on it. I think, first of all, disavow any political violence. It doesn't lead to anything. It doesn't resolve anything. Just leads to chaos. But I will say, in terms of it, why are they ruining his legacy? This was a man who, for years, was advocating against Colin Kaepernick protesting. He's one of those guys that were always say keep politics out of sports, make politics apolitical. This is a way to escape, let families do this. But as soon as he dies, they take a moment from my precious football to remind me of politics. I can't stand.
What do you think with him saying that he didn't like the whole Colin Kaepernick thing? What do you think the NFL would love him more then?
What do you mean?
Because the NFL was so against Colin Kaepernick doing
They
it.
were, yeah.
So what do you think the NFL?
It was because it was a reaction to the
agreed
fans.
with them then.
No, but I think to me it's the hypocrisy that like. And also, it's this whole situation is just it's taken on like a beast of its own, and that's what happens with like political violence is that it just erupts everything. But like if to me, like his legacy and for part of his legacy was like really like he was annoyed about the end racism, and it's like they're honoring a guy whether you agree with Charlie Kirk or not, but he was very in heavy. I would say, like, against Black Lives Matter movements, against, like, ending racism. Like, I think he stoked the flames of that and left a lot of that up to debate. So, to me, the NFL is no media, I don't know, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you cave to one thing and then you cave to another, and the next moment, it just, I don't know, to me, I found it annoying. Because also, too, there's how many children, like, this was the 57th mass shooting, or school shooting in America. I don't know. It just seems to me hypocritical that's like, for this guy, we'll honor him, but for any other children or anyone else who's the victim of gun violence, we'll just negate.
See what you mean, for sure. I really want to get into the political side of things.
But it's hard to me, they put it into it, though. If they decided,
you gotta understand,
they could have stayed neutral on it.
The NFL didn't do it, it was the teams.
Sure, yeah. It was a
They
team.
didn't have to. Like I know, for example, like, I think Baltimore was one of the teams.
There's like 7. Colts was one.
Yeah, Colts.
Cowboys definitely honored him.
Yeah, they would.
Fuck
I
you,
know the
Jerry.
Steelers did, yeah. But
Because it's divisive, right? Like, he was a very divisive figure. And to me, like, just to honor him right when he died. But there's, like, so many other, if you're going to bring into political violence, there's a lot more different, to me, more relevant stuff than that. But I don't know. I just think it's just hypocritical. That's like they want to keep politics out of sports, but they want to throw it in here, throw it in there. It's like it's either all in or none of it. In my opinion.
right, yeah, I see what you're coming from. Now, what are you thinking with next week?
Mm-hmm.
How are you thinking the Cowboys are going to end up?
I'm happy we're playing Chicago because I think Chicago also has a lot of issues with it's always the Bears. The Bears usually suck.
Bears be the Bears.
The Bears will be the Bears. Caleb. I think he does get a lot of charisma. But that's to me with like I was saying with oh my god, not Wilson. Oh my god, He plays the Jets this year.
Oh, Fields.
Fields, yeah. Sorry, we went on the name, but Fields, like, I think honestly they really did try to invest into that offense and really didn't listen to the annoying fans that scream if they're not perfect right away. Because I think that could maybe happen to Caleb Williams. He seems to want to stay there a little bit more than Fields did, but I think there is a chance that he could really become a top 10 QB. But I think they still have a lot of holes in their offense. I don't think they have the best coach right now.
No.
And it's just the Bears being the Bears. If the Cowboys lose, then we have a lot of problems. But I really think, to me, the Cowboys should at least win this game by a touchdown or two.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to make a prediction for that game.
Okay.
What color is Caleb Williams' nails going to be?
I have no idea.
They were pink last week. What do you think?
I'm
going blue for Cowboys.
Would he do that?
Probably not.
I didn't.
I see a NFL meme page that posts that every year. I mean, every day. I mean, every week. What's predictions? People, you can actually bet on it. Yeah, you can.
I don't know. Let's go purple. I have no idea. What do you pick?
I'm going blue 100%. 1,000%. Now, okay, if it's blue, next episode you gotta wear a Steelers jersey for the podcast.
Okay, but
if it's purple, I gotta wear Cowboys.
What if it's none of those?
Neither.
Okay.
So now the Steelers are running into the New England Patriots. We know there's some quite historic games with those two, especially the most controversial non-touchdown call I ever seen in my fucking life. We all know that was a touchdown, but we're not getting into that. That was many years ago. I'll still never forget that day. But anyway, Steelers, New England. We got fucking Drake May versus Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. That's not one sentence I bet Drake May ever thought he was going to be a part of, but here we are. New England looks okay. New England looks like they could definitely throw the ball. They could definitely shut you down on defense, too. Their secondary looks really good. They know how to stop the run, too. I'm kind of on the same boat with you. If the Steelers do win this game, if Steelers do lose this game, there's going to be a lot of problems. Yeah. And you have a lot of problems, and you have no way to fix them, especially as the Steelers have much all in or nothing this year is, especially with everyone on these 1-year contracts and stuff. It's just, this is either going to be a really good season or a really ugly season, and I'm very optimistic about it, but it's definitely going to be really, really interesting. Now, did you see any highlights really from the 49ers and Saints games last week?
That I remember, no.
No, well, we had Mac Jones. I just want to talk about this quick. Mac Jones, I find he had one of the most shitty situations as well as a starting quarterback. Because I thought Bill Belichick had that hangover after the Brady era. And of course, you had Mac Jones, Pro Bowler his first year, but he looked pretty good. Like, he was shaky at first. I guess anyone would look good on that Niners offense, but...
Wait, you can finish this. Mm-hmm. But there is, I heard something kind of interesting about Belichick. We'll get into that after this.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I would say Mac, I find he's a really good fit with that 49ers squad as a backup quarterback. I think the 49ers will be okay if Purdy is out for a couple more weeks with Mac Jones going, but Purdy is back to practicing and stuff. So, what did you see about Belichick?
No, it was kind of just, not I don't know, conspiracy theory, but that he's probably into, early onset dementia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was essentially that, because also, too, if you look, as soon as Brady left, maybe that's not exactly the point. We don't know. This is a theory.
Yeah.
Nothing to substantiate on it. But essentially part of his critical thinking faculties that was basically made him, I think, is really deteriorated, and that's because then he put an offensive coordinator as a defensive coordinator. Or it was vice versa.
Yeah, he did something.
He put a coach that was not suited for either offense or defense. He put him there, and then also too, especially with this whole, what's the girl named Jordan something?
Oh my god.
She gives my name a bad name, which I hate. But it just seems like this guy just seemed maybe too you never know, but he just seemed like he was such a logical guy. He just seemed like he almost was emotionless. It seemed especially in interviews, how much he was just so focused on football. Seemed to be very logical about it. Football is a very complicated game, especially if you're coaching it.
Oh, easily.
And it's takes a very smart person to do that.
And I find he's...
And why would he
and for the person that you see him as from basically 2 decades that we were alive, he's been around. If not even way longer, as we know. But,
yeah.
the Belichick I knew from winning Super Bowls with this Brady era to now, he would be embarrassed of that guy. Like, especially the way he acts now, what he does. Like, I find he would be so embarrassed of himself now. Like, it just, I just find, like, even that whole girlfriend situation. If you're happy, whatever, but I don't know how he's not embarrassed with basically, like, she's old enough to be his kid.
Yeah,
at this point.
She's 2 years older than us.
Oh,
so she's born in 01. He won a Super Bowl 2000.
Oh my God!
He was winning a Super Bowl when she was like literally being born, or not even born. Like that's the shit. We're just like, it doesn't make sense. But maybe his thing is just that, like, I lived, to me, the most accomplished coaching career in the NFL. I kind of had like a bad ending to it, but it seems like it just is. Because also, too, I think there was something where they asked Kraft, like, if he's going to get a statue. And apparently he said that it's going to be next to the Brady statue. But I think there was something where it was like, I don't know, it wasn't totally that he needs to break up with this girlfriend. Or aren't they engaged or something? Something
like that.
Yeah.
Some weird
whatever their whole situation is. That it seemed like it just was kind of like, it just seems like he's just in a lost place. Like and it's weird because he's like 73. Yeah, he's in his 70s, and it just seems like he's just not there. It's
like a weird version of himself, which is I find.
And he got divorced too, right, a number of years ago.
Yep.
But it just seems like how's no one in his family like at least, trying to.
Well, he probably shuts him up with bills.
Yeah.
He probably do what he wants,
Yeah.
So now I kind of want to do this little segment if you're down for this. I want to name off each game that's going on next week. Would you see your predictions of who's going to win that? Perfect. I already got it loaded up here. We're just going to see what we got. All right, so starting tonight, Thursday Night Football,
Dolphins,
we have the Dolphins and Bills. Who are you going with?
Definitely Bills. The Dolphins. It seemed like it was their last game. Well, it was against. They played Patriots last week, right?
Yeah.
That it was still a high-scoring game for both. Like they did score a lot, but. Yeah, their defense is not there. Their offense is out of whack.
Yep.
Tua, to me, I think you say last week he's a bust.
Poor guy, he had so many head injuries.
He just oh
my God.
It's just not working out for him.
Tyreek Hill lost the ring.
I have Bills defense going tonight, so I'm really hoping. If I ran Bills defense, I would have won last week. So I'm not making that mistake again. But
right, that's a pretty easy one. Thursday Night Football. I think we'll both go Bills there. Steelers Patriots.
I know this one I've been kind of like going through in my head. I could actually really. I'm not saying this, but I could really see Patriots getting it.
I'm gonna be biased there. I'm going the old Steelers. Colts Titans.
I go on Colts.
Yeah,
I also have Daniel Jones going this week.
Yeah.
Number 2 QB in fantasy right
so
now.
far. Jets Bucks without Fields. Bucks.
Yeah,
that's pretty no-brainer. Raiders Commanders.
I'm gonna go Raiders. Raiders. They looked. They did lose to the Chargers, but I think I still. Maybe just because I like Pete Carroll.
Yeah. I kind of have this one circled to kind of really do a lot of focus on Rams Eagles.
That's gonna be a really good game.
That's gonna be real good.
I don't know, but I think potentially that Rams get off to a hot offensive start.
Yeah.
And then Eagles can't answer because maybe they try to play more risky, close to like the fourth quarter, try to get the ball in the air, maybe the big interception. I'm hoping Nakua.
Yep.
Come on, baby. He was great last week, so I'd love to see a repeat of that.
Yeah, like I honestly, I can see the Rams definitely. They're both 2-0, so definitely see that. So we had the Rams, Eagles, Falcons, Panthers. Probably the game no one's going to watch this week.
That's I think Falcons, because Penix is really...
he's looking all right, yeah. Drake London, obviously, so... Bengals, Vikings.
And Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson. Don't forget about him.
This guy, he's
crazy.
Especially just how quick he can switch.
Yeah.
That's one thing you just don't...
You just see him go into gear.
Yeah.
You legit see him switching gears. All right, so Cincinnati Vikings. Oof.
Yeah, I think although JJ was not great last week at all.
He only played one quarter of football so far. That's good.
As soon as the ball got snapped to him.
Too much.
But now it's really going to be telling if how big of a loss Burrow's going to be. But
which on paper he's massive. A massive loss. Houston versus the Jaguars.
I don't think I'll go. I think I'll go Jags.
Yeah, I would go Jags too. Packers Browns. That's gonna be annihilation. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, Browns.
Yeah, Broncos Chargers. That's gonna be a fun one. What?
I said Browns.
Oh, you said Browns.
Jesus.
Broncos Chargers.
Chargers. I think Chargers.
Yeah, Bo Nix looks decent, but yeah,
I say
more complete team. Madison Beer on his side too. Saints and Seahawks.
Yeah, this is like a real statistic. Like this is like measurable. How if you
I'm telling you that's why I drafted Josh Allen.
But sometimes the hottest girls.
Some
of the hottest girls can be the most insane though.
That's true.
Like what if he's all stressed out? Oh my god! Look, there's a girl that was flirting with me at the stadium. Now she's all pissed at me.
Yeah, she was there fucking smooching with Michael B. Jordan and Sinners. I think he could talk to a woman.
Wait, Haley? Wait, that's Haley Steinfeld, isn't it?
Yeah, we're talking about Josh Allen here.
Oh, no, I thought you were oh, okay.
So, Saints Seahawks.
Kind of a toss-up, but I think because the Seahawks beat Pittsburgh, and I'll put Pittsburgh better than the Saints.
Yeah.
So, I think Seahawks.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to think of it. Cardinals Niners. That's good. Ooh, that's sneaky good.
Yeah, that's...
Purdy is practicing. He could play.
Yeah, I think they might. I don't think he's going to start, in my opinion.
And then we got the last window of Sunday before Sunday Night Football. Dallas versus Chicago.
I always find this is a fun game. It kind of, to me, I wish it was... To me, it's kind of more of a classic, like, Thanksgiving kind of game.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Or, like, even Cowboys-Lions, you would kind of throw there, too, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going Cowboys, of course, but
we got...
I have a lot of faith that they'll win by touchdown.
Like it. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs versus the Giants. Ooh.
They got kind of want to go Giants. Or, no, I mean Chiefs. But it would be maybe that game was a fluke just because of how bad. But also too Chiefs don't really have that much of an answer compared to like Cowboys defense. So could be a shootout, But I kind of want to say I think the Chiefs are going to win next game.
Yeah, you never know. Like
I wouldn't be
if
they go 0-3.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win that. I'm picking the Chiefs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants squeeze that win out.
Yeah.
And to end things off on week 3.
I think this is the game of the week.
Yeah, Lions, Ravens, Monday Night Football.
Yeah, just two offensive beasts.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I don't know. I think the Lions
one
really
of the best
answered
coaches
back
too, and Harbaugh and Campbell as well.
Yeah, but I thought Lions really answered back for week 2, and they got to bring that again, especially if they're playing Baltimore because. Baltimore, I'm guessing that they're going to be, because they had 41 last week.
Yeah.
They had 40. Like, they're going to...
40 week 1.
Yeah, like, they're going to be the most, like, top... They're probably going to have the most scores by the end of the year.
Yeah.
If everyone stays healthy,
I find, there was a couple teams that you could actually throw in for the Super Bowl, and it's theirs to lose, and Ravens is the biggest one. If they don't win this year, I don't think they're going to win for a while. I swear, this is like...
Who's going to leave?
I wouldn't even say leave. I think their window's closing. Like, Derrick Henry's not getting any older. He's 30-something years old. Lamar, like, is he really the big guy, or is he just going to keep choking in playoffs that he always does? He always throws an interception in the postseason, too, like the game he eliminates from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I find, like, they got Hopkins here for one last ride. Like, I really think if this is the year...
He's Unk status.
This is the year to do it, and it's theirs to lose, I think. Because, like, the only team that I could honestly think that's a bit better than them on paper, but they won the Super Bowl last year, the Eagles. I could see the Eagles go back-to-back, maybe, but...
Hope not.
No, that would be brutal.
No, please.
No, do not do that.
What? Why
that would
city
set the
deserve
NFL
that?
back to 50 years. That would set the NFL back 50 years.
Okay, what if the Dolphins win this year?
The Dolphins win this year?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. It'd be like one of the most Cinderella, like, where we hated each other to Super Bowl champions, because the locker room sucks in Miami right now. But if the Ravens do win the Super Bowl, I'll probably will blame it on Israel. I'll probably give that to
What?
Israel. If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, I'm blaming Israel.
Why?
I have to blame someone, and that's people. That's just what I'm going with. You cannot have the Ravens win the Super Bowl. I knew you'd like that one.
Okay.
Do you agree?
That Israel's part of the Ravens. But I don't. I like the Ravens. Like, I don't hate the Ravens because I shout out to John Waters. To me, the icon of Baltimore. But and also The Wire. The Wire is like one of the greatest shows of all time. So I have a lot of respect for Baltimore as a city and as a football team.
What was that story? It was in the summer years ago. We were kids. You may not remember. This is still sports, but do you remember when the Baltimore Oilers? I always can't say their name. The
Orioles?
Yeah, remember they had to play with no fans that time because there was like something going on in the city or something. They had to play with no fans. It was so weird.
No, never.
Yeah, we were kids, and I remember. I may actually search it up and show that to you later. But I had no idea what it was about. Like, but I think something like bad happened in the city, and they were on like lockdown or something. But the MLB was like, nope, you still gotta go.
Yeah, but it has like a bad. I know Trump was the one that sent the troops there, but they show that their crime statistics have gone down like drastically in the past few years. Yeah. And it seems like it's coming. And from what I've heard from like John Waters, it's just that it's like a wild and wacky city. Just a lot of
so
characters.
many like crazy stuff going on and stuff. It would be cool to visit. Don't get me wrong, but you can't have them win the bowl.
No. But yeah, so this has been Kicking for Three, but we'll finally end it on a 1 minute moment of silence.
Who is this for?
Charlie Kirk. Oh.